Welcome. You've got dads.
Let's see. Okay, so we can go Robert again or Damien. I don't know if it's frowned upon to mix it up, so let's hang out with Damien. So yeah. Maybe he will want to hang out in the day. Who knows? Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little bit better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a moment before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Xephoria, I confess my excitement to be I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in a gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Oh, whoa, there's more. Oh gosh. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours, humbled, D. Bloodmarch. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda? Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. Gross. Some people do that with their kids. Gross. No, can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying lol and lamau or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Huh? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the noblemen in regards of your upcoming debutable bro? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages that I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great. So what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over to me and types on the keyboard. Are you gonna... Sure thing, dude. Regards. Xephoria. Hey. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. I mean, I guess. That's better than what I would have thought. Well, I suppose that's that. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of the gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for the doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat head's door knocker back and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creeps open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the house and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. Okay, well there's a dog, there's some skulls. Those are some neat skulls. Okay. As I am admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Xephoria, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of the majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason. This is one of the older homes on the block. Yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Huh. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library, with a collection of butterflies. You know, your house is pretty chill, Damien. Sunlight streams in from floor to ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered around on the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Let's look at the butterflies. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Oh, the pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Pick up a book. You know, Xephoria, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought that the more tawdry novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. His ninja pants! Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. Why? I mean... So do you get those fan fictions printed? Did you write that yourself? That's a rare book from my private collection. Can I look at more of your books? I want to know. I walk to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn! Did you know that Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Please, will you join me for tea? I mean, that's why I came over. I follow Damien to a sitting room where finger foods have already been set up upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they're served. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is very impressive. I feel like that's a safe one. He might not like these two. I like your cape as a compliment, but I don't think that would give me eggplants. There we go. It seems like you really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my house before. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place, and look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What's got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. There's a poster of the song on your son's... Never mind. But it's... You know, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. You're adorable, Damien. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals that would be admittedly horrid. Or to live that way. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Xephoria, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do. But I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sound sophisticated. Soap making videos on the internet? I don't think I've seen one of those. I love me some word jumbles. The, written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, you know, and, I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer? In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and the butterflies flit lazily through the air. I am all ready. Yes. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. That makes sense. That's why a bunch of different moods are associated with flowers. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on what the other plants that it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bubliferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? Thou art the tightest. I don't know what orange means. My loins are ablaze. I feel like it's not it. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. I was close. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. So that was the closest? I can't remember what the first option was. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangements are so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Ooh, I honestly like snapdragons. Because they're cute. And you can do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien through the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Okay, this is a nice ringtone for you to have, Damien. Oh, Xephoria, would you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls the cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Well, I mean, would you be carrying a rotary phone around in your pocket? That would have to be a huge pocket. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. My goodness, how do you... Okay. That's really sad. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Oh no.
That guard.
Oh no, I didn't... What? Oh boy. No. This. That. No. This one. Yes. This way? No? Shoot. No, that's the head. How is that? Is it this way? What the heck? Is this just a random piece? Why is this? Oh. There we go.
Goal.
Hooray! I didn't expect that minigame. Whew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. Xephoria, my sincerest apologies for blowing out the mic there, to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school post-haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. I don't have anything else to do. You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo.
Oh no.
Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into the step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridor of the school. We pass by several classes in the session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into the darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement, with him and Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What are you two doing? What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine Oh my gosh. Okay. You tricked me. Whoa, wait a second. Lucien, did you try to cask of Amontillado Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turned to Damien and whispered to him, What's cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down into the cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually gonna leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly build a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad,
Whoa!
it took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did the entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucien was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? You probably didn't. I read the first 5 pages and then read the review of the movie.
Sweet Manchego!
It's only 5 pages long, and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucien to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me. So, when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filling this under what the hell, don't do whatever that was again. You two were both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucien high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home, and Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your meditation. Mediation. We all head upstairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucien, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin to drive home. Lucien immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son, it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. If you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucien continues staring at the window. Love you too. At least you say that, and not, wait too long. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucien hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucien's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. I really admire how you handled that. Yeah. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo. What you watching? Tiny House Huntin' Brothers, Extreme Edition. I hate this show. The couple on screen bicker back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made of recycled bottles. The The tiny house-hunting brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucien, since he lured Ernest down into the cellar with a promise of fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read that story except for me? Lucien live-streamed the entire thing. Whoa! This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy is a character, but he's really good company, and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Always use a coat of wax after... Okay, let's see how this went. Ojo-sama. It didn't have much darkness. Whoa!
Wow! My stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
I thought I was doing bad. Huh. I mean, I ended up finding your Naruto fanfiction. But if you say so. Interview with the Vampire, my goodness.